All right, folks, can everybody stand, please? We're going to get started. We'll start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's have a moment of reflection for people around the world that are suffering through no fault of their own. You know, we have wars around the world, and we have climate issues and tornadoes and hurricanes, so let's keep those people in our prayers and thoughts. Thank you very much.
Notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Law have been satisfied concerning this meeting. In the Home News Tribune and the Star Ledger published the notice on November 25th, 2022. It should be so noted in the minutes and was also posted on the municipal bulletin boards. Councilman Bauer.
Here.
Councilwoman De Jesus.
Here.
Councilwoman McAuliffe.
Here.
Councilwoman Meehan.
Here.
Councilman Patel.
Here.
Councilman Small. Councilman Spiller.
Here.
Vice President Anderson. And President Ficarra.
Thank you. Mr. Mitch, excuse me one second. When we go into the ordinances, would you be so kind to make the motion? And until Council Vice President gets here. Thank you. Sorry, Mr.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of November 21st, 2023?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Beginning with second reading ordinances this evening, we're going to start with letters A and B by consent. Both are amendments to the traffic and parking. First one was with regards to handicap parking on Remsen Avenue, Madison Avenue, and Autumn Court. And the second is with regards to numbers 28 through 80 Gill Lane in Island. With that said, can I get a motion that both ordinances be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have. The public hearing is now open on letters A and B only. Hearing no comment from the public, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinances be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We will take letters C and D by consent. These are ordinances amending Chapter 11 and Chapter 35 with regards to animal control fees and health regulation fees. Can I get a motion that both of these ordinances be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? In favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letters C and D only.
Good evening, Tom Maris, Fords, New Jersey, and just taking a brief aside real quickly, I hope everybody had a happy Diwali, a happy Thanksgiving. To our Jewish friends who are celebrating Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah, and of course everybody looking forward to the Christmas and New Year's holidays. With regard to C, as you well know, have been for years very keen on what's happening with our animals and the kennels in town. Can you expand on C and D, please, to let everybody present or listening to this conversation at some future time, what exactly they entail?
Yeah, I can give you the quick overview, and if
Please.
it's not enough, I'll turn it over to administration. But they're both involving, Mr. Maris, fees for kennels as they relate to pets. The second one, I believe, is for soil cleaning up, both under the health department, and it's a fee structure to do these, to open up a kennel, to have them inspected, that hasn't been really updated in quite a few years. So when we had a changeover in the health department, one of the tasks that we gave the new leadership was to take a look at the fee structure for licensing and the ability to do these things, and then reevaluate and submit it to administration and then to us, and that's what these two are. They're basically licensing issues.
Great, because that was something that was needed. As we know, going back a few years, we had problems with pet shops in the area, complaints and kennel fees, and if this is addressing that and it's going to improve it and make sure the quality of the animals that are there and the care for those animals, I'm all for it, and thank you.
Okay, I think, Mr. Maris, again, it's always been the goal to the care of the animals, the protection of the animals. To add to it a little bit, we did take a look at surrounding communities and tried to see where we fit. As always, we don't want to be the most expensive or the least expensive, but we want to provide the service
Right.
and make sure that we're getting paid appropriately.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be staying here because I'll probably have a few more questions.
That's fine.
Are there any other questions on letters C and D? Hearing no other comments, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinances both be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Letter E is an ordinance amending Chapter 24 with regards to fire prevention, and this is specifically addressing zone markings. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council?
Mr. Mitch, I just want to thank the Business Administrator's Office and legal for working with the Township Fire Prevention Association on updating Chapter 24 fire prevention. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter E only.
Again, Tom Maris, Forge, New Jersey, just looking for a little expansion on the fire prevention. Is that new legislation going forward, or is it going to be retroactive to anything that's current within the township? In other words, how does it affect the buildings, apartments, et cetera, within the township?
Again, let me take a shot at it, and then I'll pass it over. It's for new buildings, and it's in the area of connection for the fire department. We have two firefighters that'll probably be better on it for me. Councilman Spiller, do you want to?
Sure. Thank you, Council President. Mr. Maris, there's already an ordinance on the books where it regards to fire department connections. So any new construction moving forward, you have to have it highlighted. It has to be visible. So while it might be painted yellow at night or snow on the ground, it can't be. So you need a red light. That's why you see a lot of the red. You'll see one now. So the intent of the ordinance, it's specifically detailed. We can't go around, meaning the fire officials, when I say we, and just arbitrarily say, well, you've had this warehouse here for 30 years, nothing's changed, now all of a sudden put a red light. They probably would, but you can't do that. If an existing building makes any type of sprinkler modifications, meaning it's a 200,000 square foot warehouse, now all of a sudden we're going to put a 300,000 square foot addition and piping has to be removed, then they would have to do it. Otherwise, for the most part, it's all new construction.
Okay, thank you for the explanation, because as you know, I'm involved in something that's being developed and was concerned we will make sure that we are in compliance with any such ordinances that are coming out. So, thank you.
Thank you,
Any
Council
other
President.
comments under letter E? Hearing no other comments from under letter E, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We're going to take letters F and G by consent. Both the ordinances adopting redevelopment plans. The first is for Route 1 Area 24. The second is for Woodbridge Main Street Downtown Area 8. Can I get a motion that these ordinances be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council?
Yes, Council, to read Mr. Mitch, yes, I'd like to abstain from letter G, please.
So noted.
All I use is someone,
Yeah, any other questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on F and G only.
Once again, Tom Maris, Forge, New Jersey, just looking for a little further explanation on those 2 points. And if I may, I would ask why the good councilwoman is refraining from voting on that one particular. How does that affect her? Is it something that affects our business in the township?
Well, I'm not going to answer for her, but may I take a shot that she is a business owner on Main Street, and this is in the Main Street redevelopment area, so I think it might be wise to do that. But if I'm missing that, Councilwoman, feel free to add.
No, that is correct, thank you.
But again, I would then go to the next step, and that is, what exactly are these ordinances going to do that would be of concern?
Well, first of all, The one area, and Councilman Spiller, feel free to jump in, is the Avenel Route 1 redevelopment area that we've already designated. So now we're moving into, what could potentially happen there. And the second one is on, I believe, Fulton Street. But Councilman Spiller or administration, feel free to.
Yeah, G is the old Sports Authority, then it was Value City Furniture, now it's going to be a facility where they assemble and sell electric cars. And H is Fulton Street from Main Street down to the Turnpike overpass, which right now is not the best looking part of town by any stretch. And that's going to be redeveloped. So that's the two that are up for discussion tonight.
So, Mr. Maris, my take on the first one was incorrect. It's not Avenel, it's actually Island Route 1,
Yeah.
right by the cemetery there, the old Sports Authority.
Yeah.
So, but the other one was right, so I'm 1 for 2. Go ahead.
Just out of curiosity, real quick, the mayor said about electric cars. Are those going to be licensable vehicles that will have tax on them, or is this some other type of vehicle, electric?
I'm not sure, I don't know. If you-
I believe it's retail. I can follow up, and if you want to touch base with me tomorrow or trade emails, I'll let you know for sure. I believe it's assemblage and sales, so I believe it's retail.
Okay, thank you very much.
Are there any other comments on F and G? Hearing no other comment, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinances be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Any questions or comments?
Oh,
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Letter H, an ordinance accepting dedication of a public access. This is with regards to property known as Epic Palmer's, formerly Newadex property. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion.
Oh, I'm sorry, Council Vice President. Well, aye.
We're in stereo.
Second.
Do I have a second? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter H. Letter H only. Hearing no comment from the public, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Finally, letter I, an ordinance authorizes the conveyance of property. This is with regards to the new senior development housing in the Ford section of Woodbridge. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading?
Motion.
The public hearing be open.
Sorry. A little early. Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter I only.
All right. We own the property and we're giving it to the housing authority.
With John Rotary, Woodbridge. Letter I, the conveyance of the property, is that all to Edwin Ford's?
It's the senior center, the redevelopment of the senior building.
Right.
Olson Towers.
But I mean, you say conveyance of the property, who owns the property right now?
Well, the housing authority owns Olson Towers, and the redeveloper owns where the new property is. So there's going to be a conversion. I don't know, administration, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we own a piece of land in that area that we're giving to the housing authority to facilitate the construction of brand-new senior housing for Olson Towers.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions on letter I? Here are no other questions on letter I. Can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We have no first reading ordinances this evening, Mr. President, and resolutions you have listed before you 1 through 35. Can I get a motion that they be approved by consent?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council?
Mr. Mayor, I'll be abstaining from number 35.
So noted. Any other comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. That's all I have. Thank you.
All righty, we're going to move into the public portion of our meeting right now. When you're approaching, there's a microphone in the back. If you'd like to speak, you could state your name, what section of the town or where you live. You have a one-time opportunity to speak for 5 minutes. I'll give you a 1-minute warning. If you're going to videotape, there's an area out there. And for the scouts there, these are things that I just have to say because it's a public meeting. So with that said, the public portion of the meeting is open.
Are there any comments from the public this evening?
Good evening again, Tom Maris. Overwhelmed by all these young voters, future voters coming out. I don't know, did you give them voter registration cards yet, or? In all seriousness, no, I'm glad the young people are here because it kind of speaks to what I'm going to speak about, or coincides with it, and that is school safety. I think we're all highly concerned about what's going on in our country right now. I know our Board of Education has taken great steps to secure the schools as best they can without turning them into literally prisons. And, but in that regard, I do have a serious question. As you know, I ran for the school board, so a lot of people come to me, ask me questions in the hopes that I will present them either to the town council or the school board. And this is relative to both. And that is, we've hired a number of officers, ostensibly I think 24 or 25, or I should say former police officers, as far as I know, to be one at each of our schools for safety reasons. The question goes to, since they are no longer active police, and they do still carry weapons, how does that work with the legal system in New Jersey? How are they licensed to carry guns on school property? I know Mr. Nolan is probably going to jump in here, and I hope you will, but let me finish. And I know that they have to go through, as police officers, even retired, if they want to carry, I think, qualifications twice a year, where the general public, if they have a permit to carry, would have to qualify every 2 years and then resubmit to do that. So and the third part of that question is, what is the liability to the school district and/or the township for having those individuals who are essentially now private security, if you will, because they're no longer part of the official police force? What is that liability and how is it covered? Those are my questions. Thank you.
Thank you for those questions. Director Semmelika, if you could.
So, if you would, I'm going to turn that over to Police Director Hubner, but as far as the liability is concerned, that would be a question posed to the Board of Education on how they set that up. So, I'd leave that to them as far as how they're licensed. Director Hubner?
Yeah, as far as retired officers, under the state law, they're allowed to carry as long as they qualify through the state police. The licensing takes place. They have to qualify just like a sworn officer, active sworn officer. And as far as permission to carry on school grounds, that would come from the superintendent. And obviously, the Board of Education hired those retired officers. He's given them permission to carry.
So if I understand you correctly, sir, the superintendent can override a state law that says you can't carry a weapon within school boundaries. As a civilian.
For employment purposes, but I'll let Mr. Nolan.
Right.
The answer to that is yes.
Yes, they can override it.
Yes, they can permit properly licensed people, if that's what they choose to, for their own security.
Would that be a public citizen as well? If I had, let's say, just for sake of argument,
You'd have to
permit to carry, could the superintendent say, yes, you can come on school ground, the same way a retired police officer can?
I would address that to the Board of Ed.
Or a state legislator if they were here, but, okay, thank you.
Are there any other comments this evening from the public?
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Shanti Tager. I'm an attorney with Eckert, Siemens, Sharon, and Malott LLC. Here tonight on behalf of Michael Alfieri and the subsidiary, which is 70 Wood Avenue Associates LP. Specifically, I came to comment on resolution of support for the Metro Park Station project, but I didn't see it on the agenda. If that's the case, I'm going to just read a letter that was penned by Frank Petrino, another member of my office, about that.
May I just add, I believe that either some of us or all of us got that letter,
Yes.
right? I know I read that letter. Anybody?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, just so you know, we all got it.
Okay,
Where-
this is one that was sent out today?
It was today. It was
Okay.
late today, right? Is that the one you're all referring to? I know
We got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it at 4:03 something.
4:36.
Today.
Yep, we got it late today.
Okay,
Go
well,
ahead.
I'm just going to read it out so I can bill my time.
Sure.
Yeah, thanks.
If you don't mind if I take it down?
And, you know, it's really long-winded, as you know, so when my time is up, just cut me off. I appreciate it. Dear Mayor McCormick and council members, by way of follow-up to my letter to you dated November 20th, 2023, I write to you again on behalf of Alfieri, 70 Wood Avenue Associates LP. Specifically, I write regarding the council's actions at the November 21st, 2023 meeting, during which the council adopted an ordinance approving the application for a long-term tax exemption and authorizing the execution of a financial agreement with DOR Woodbridge Urban Renewal LLC, DOR. As stated in our letter, the only beneficiaries of that action were NJ Transit and DOR, not Woodbridge, nor the existing high vacancy offices located in the Metro Park Transit Village that will be cannibalized and go dark through the use of short-sighted public funds to create unneeded offices on the transit station site. As an initial matter, we note that while the ordinance technically references the two categories of findings required by NJSA 40A:20-11, these bare recitals fall far short of the accepted standards for granting tax abatements. Indeed, in accordance with the Redevelopment Handbook, local governments considering the use of tax exemptions should 1. Undertake a thorough cost-benefit analysis of community impact before awarding an abatement, 2. Structure pilot arrangements in a way that considers the interests of counties and school districts, 3. Include specific criteria and processes and local ordinances to ensure that abatement structures adhere to appropriate standards to receive approval, and 4. Provide information to the public concerning tax exemption agreements in a transparent manner or at a centralized location for the public to review. It is indisputable that the township has failed to fulfill any of the foregoing obligations. Most egregious of these failures is the township's failure to consider the impact of the abatement on the existing Metro Park Transit Village. This failure, coupled with the township's failure to undertake a thorough cost-benefit analysis and merely rely on a net opinion, unsupported by any facts, has substantially prejudiced the ability of the community to meaningfully participate in challenging this ordinance. Indeed, where a tax exemption is sought, a municipality should request that the redeveloper undertake a fiscal impact analysis which should prove that the proposed tax exemption is warranted and makes fiscal and economic sense for the municipality. Not only does DOR Woodbridge's application fail to contain any fiscal impact analysis, its explanation of need for tax abatement, which contains a singular passing reference to fiscal impact, is a woefully deficient net opinion. The application merely states that because the proposed project site is state-owned property for which the township currently receives no tax revenue, the estimated annual service charges at initial stabilization of the project would likely exceed $1 million annually. DOR Woodbridge asserts this represents a very significant increase in revenue with marginal fiscal impact costs to the Woodbridge community. Whether this untested estimate is accurate or not, the suggestion that there will be marginal fiscal impact costs to Woodbridge community is unsupported and entirely irreconcilable with reality. The truth is that the community will suffer severe and irreparable harm from this tax abatement, and the DOR Woodbridge's passing reference to the contrary is an insufficient basis on which to grant the abatement. While the text of the ordinance touts the generation of revenue and the creation of jobs among the relative benefits of the project, such findings by the council cannot be rationally reconciled with the substance or lack thereof of the application or the project itself. Indeed, the township claims to have found that the project is expected to produce temporary construction jobs and permanent jobs will be created by the tenants which will lease the
Excuse me,
project.
your time is up.
Thank you very much.
I think we got the gist of it. Thank you.
Are there any other comments this evening from the public?
Yeah, my name is Amy Menzel. I live in Woodbridge. This is just a quick thank you. The park over by my house was recently upgraded. I live in the Little League section. The park is on Lyman Ave. Just wanted to say thank you. It's not going to waste, especially in the summer, because we average about 20 to 50 kids at that park in the summer, so it's definitely going to go to good use. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Are there any other comments this evening from the public?
Good evening, members of the council. Charlie Cradaville, New Brunswick. I wanted to reflect on the past couple years with the campaign opposing the plans for another gas power plant in Woodbridge. And of course, you're all aware by now that the proposer of that proposal has pulled it off the table. and we're very pleased with that. I wanted to just, come here and say thank you to everyone who did anything to help with that. And I know that, many people who I will never meet or never know sent emails, made phone calls, showed up at our rallies, and marched in the streets with us for what we thought was right. And I thought it was a really beautiful thing, and I've been pleased to hear from people who were drawing inspiration from that, saga. And I did just want to take a moment to say thank you to everyone who got together and made that happen. I think we need more things like that. We need more regular people organizing and fighting for a better future, fighting for the Woodbridge they want to see, Middlesex County that they want to see, and really thinking long term with how we choose to spend our time and what issues we focus on. So I wanted to start by saying that. I did also want to follow up and ask about the waterfront park in Caseby, of course, where I know there's good plans to make a public space there, and I wanted to follow up. I think the last time I spoke at this microphone, I was informed that it was supposed to open in November. Did that happen? If not, why not? What's the update?
It didn't happen. We did pass an ordinance tonight that allowed for an easement, so there can be better access to that area, but it's coming along nicely. I'm not aware of any announced opening date, administration?
No, Council President. It's still with the DEP, waiting for approval. It's a voluminous application because of the size of the park. It's going to be fantastic. We've been down there looking at it. It's wonderful. We can't wait for it to open, but it just can't until the bureaucracy goes through its motions and evaluates everything that was done down there to make sure it's okay, and they will issue an approval as soon as they are able to. So we're at the mercy of the state government.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Wish everyone a happy and healthy holiday.
Thank you. You too, Mr. Pradovo.
Are there any other comments from the public this evening?
John Rotary, Woodbridge over here. I want to go back about the police in Woodbridge schools. Which is not clear. I thought those would be Woodbridge police only, but now I understand it's a private agency. I think it's a great idea. Of course, like the government uses them too. But what I'm kind of confused, that the school board would decide can the police have a gun on the premises or not. What's the good of police on the premises if you can have a gun? It's useless. Do you have a police over there to just control the young kids like over here? Or you have a police there in case of emergency? And if it comes to emergency, you need a gun. You can't call help. You gotta be there present when it happens. We see all over the country. So I think it should not be left up to any superintendent to decide it. That there should be a law. If you're police, you're capable, you're licensed, you train for it, to have a gun whenever you go. I don't care where you go, maybe not in the church, but anyway, you should go any place. Otherwise, it's just waste of the time, and you control the kids, but you're not going to control terrorists or some sick people. I know in other schools, for example, Linden, I just talked to a teacher today, police over there, they do carry gun. So I don't see why can't be just decided by you people if you can do this. If you are there, because you got high schools, it's a big school system, a lot of kids, and the worst you can tell, and people know, especially bad people, the cops do not have a guns on them. So please,
I got it.
I mean, if you put the cops there, put the guns, otherwise you put a guy like me over there, probably do more work, more job. I want to talk about the Casby Park. I believe there was said in recent meetings that it's going to be open next April of 2024. And of course, it's all up to the DEP, right? Department of Protection. How do we know they're going to allow that or they're going to give a permit to open the park? For example, number one. Number two, the warehouse in Evanel, Morris Warehouse, It's probably finished 6 months ago. Nobody's in there yet. What's the reason there was a rush to open the warehouse there, and there's nobody moved into the warehouse? It's a possibility there's again like a school property and a property in front of it that we know you cannot build a school there, but it's condemned. It's condemned because it's polluted. Is anything wrong with the site where the warehouse is that DEP did not approve it, or maybe there's no road to it or something that they cannot open the warehouse? And I understand the mayor a couple of months ago, he was conveying some piece of properties to Morris Company there, and he did say he doesn't know what they're going to use it for. So what's the holdup? I mean, and other question would be, if they're not occupied, are they paying tax like we do on our properties if nobody else is there? So that's my questions today. But again, most important thing, whether you see those young, beautiful kids over here, we want them safe. We want them to know there's somebody there, watch them there beside the teachers and the mothers and parents over there. But please, do not leave it to superintendents. And I know it's not going to happen in Woodbridge, but any schools, that's why you got a police that train for it, they know how to do it, and that's as far as we can keep them safe. Thank you.
Thank you. I know you have a bunch of, I'm not sure of the questions or if you're just pontificating, but,
Council
McCormick,
President-
Can you take a shot at it?
I'll take a shot at some of it. I know some other people are going to want to take a few stabs too. First of all, police carry guns. No one gives police permission to carry guns other than the state of New Jersey. Our police are in schools regularly. They carry guns. Mr. Vitalik referred to the security officers as a private agency. They are not a private agency. They are employees of the school district. Most of them, in fact, I think all of them, are retired police officers, some from Woodbridge, some from other towns. As Mr. Hubner explained, they are able to carry guns. They need the permission of the school superintendent to carry the guns on school properties. Everything he said is police should be able to carry guns. Of course they carry guns. I don't know what he's talking about, but he's mixing up the facts. Our police, when they're everywhere, carry their guns. Private security on school property can with permission, and they're not a private agency. They're employees of the district. So I hope that clears it up. And by the way, it's only the grammar schools where I believe it's only the grammar schools where there are the employees that are security guards. I think the middle schools and high schools rely on the police department, but is that accurate? Middle schools too, okay, sorry. High schools get town police officers regularly on premises. Middle schools, I was wrong. Middle schools and elementary schools have employees who are retired police officers who carry the gun with permission of the superintendent. So use the right words. Second, Corey wanted to talk about the warehouse. I'll defer to Corey and I'll pick up the
Mayor,
pieces.
if I could just interrupt real quickly and just say, and there's a memorandum of agreement between the school district and the police department, and it specifically states who is authorized under the guidance of our police department, along with the cooperation of our superintendent and our Board of Education, who is authorized, the training that is required for them to go through in order for them to be able to carry a gun in the schools. And these are typically individuals, they have to go through a specific training that is overseen by the Attorney General's office in order for them to be able to be licensed to carry a gun in the school districts. But Woodbridge has chosen the individuals that they've hired are retired police officers. They're commonly referred to as school resource officers.
Thank you.
Thank you, Council Vice President. Councilman Spiller?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council President. With regards to 1289 Broadway Avenue, the Morris Warehouse, I'll be quick. Mr. Vitark has brought this up numerous times, and he's been corrected numerous times. The property has nothing to do right now with the school property. They're two separate properties. With regards to him talking about contamination, if there was an LSRP at that site, it's completely clear. Talking about two separate properties. Mr. Vitark doesn't speak to the owner. of the warehouse, myself and Mayor and Carol, the administration does, we know what they're doing. They're the owners, and it's provided as long as they adhere to zoning, uses, they can rent to whomever they want. If they decide we don't want to subdivide, then they're not going to subdivide. They're still paying our taxes. They're still paying taxes every single year. So while it's great to have a tenant because it's going to bring in whomever it be, $300, $400, $500, $600 permanent jobs, they keep the property clean, new pavement, new lighting, new landscaping. We don't have to worry about vandals. They have security. To us, it's a home run. So if they want to wait 2 years to find their perfect tenant, then so be it. But otherwise, I think I covered it, Mayor.
Yeah, just the only thing I want to add is Mr. Vitarak used the word condemned. Nothing was condemned down there. There were some issues that were completely cleaned up. In fact, it was headed for approval as a school from the State Department of Environmental Protection and from the State Department of Education. The school board made its own independent decision under a new superintendent than it was when the first decision was made to locate the school there. The decision was made to go back to the neighborhood school concept and build on the site of School 4 and 5, and then knock down, I guess, at School 4 and build more there. So it's following, I guess, the Ross Street model of building on site and keeping a neighborhood school that's right smack in the middle of downtown Avenel. That's the decision they made. It was a different decision than the prior board, a different decision than the prior superintendent. That's all that comes down to. Nothing was condemned. Nothing prevented the building from going there other than the decision of the superintendent and the Board of Education. As for the site of the warehouse, Mr. Spiller is exactly right. People build warehouses on spec. It takes 2 years to build a 1.2 million square foot warehouse, 18 months, 24 months. You don't wait for a tenant and say, I'll give it to you in 2 years. You build it and you go out and try to get tenants. They're looking for a single tenant. That's what they prefer. They want somebody to use the whole warehouse. I would venture to say that by now, if they wanted 4 tenants at a quarter each, they could have rented it. But they can do better economically with 1 tenant in the whole building, so they're taking their time. They're paying. I'm good with that. Mr. Spiller's good with that. Mr. Vitarak, who doesn't understand how the economy works and how warehouses work, is not good with that. As far as the park will open when the DEP gives us approval. It's that simple. When they say it's done, it's so voluminous. The work that was done there and the paperwork that was submitted is feet in the air. I mean, multiple dozen feet in the air. And it just takes time to get through that. It will happen. It will be stunningly beautiful as a public park. We've been down there looking at it. I'm telling you, the Girl Scouts will be on trips. The Boy Scouts will be on trips, class trips, you name it. That's how good this waterfront park is going to be, with trails, with hiking, with boating, with natural habitats, with informational kiosks about wildlife, you name it. It is that good. So if we have to wait for it a little while longer, it's the winter anyway, okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your follow-up.
Sir?
Namaste, respected council members, mayor and officials of Woodbridge Township. My name is Dheeraj Parupalli and I reside in Iselin. I represent Hindu Swayam Sevak Sangh HSS Woodbridge chapter. As we come to the close of the calendar year, I would like to take the opportunity to thank the council members, mayor and officials of Woodbridge Township for all the support you have provided us throughout the year. As I reflect on the year that has passed, it gives me immense pleasure and satisfaction about the various activities HSS and Woodbridge Township School District jointly executed this year. Following is a quick summary of the key activities. We started the calendar year 2023 by hosting a yogathon with 3 yoga events across Colonia Middle School, Iselin Middle School and Woodbridge High School. We had over 230 participants registered for the yogathon and 150 plus attended across these 3 yogathon events. We also launched Open Yoga Initiative in collaboration with Woodbridge Library and have been conducting yoga sessions at Woodbridge Main Library every Saturday from 9:15 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. for last year, with an average participation of 20 plus residents for every session. In May, we conducted Teachers Appreciation Day with 25 plus teachers were felicitated by their students. During May 2023, as part of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we participated in DEI Showcase event, which was organized by the Woodbridge Township School District. In July 2023, we organized Darshana exhibition at the Barron Arts Center, The exhibition focused on various facets of Hindu civilization like festivals, medicine, arts, sciences, architecture, and various traditions covering scriptures, yoga, etc. The exhibition received a tremendous response with 300 plus visitors attending the exhibition over 1 month. This year we participated in the Adopt the Highway initiative, where we adopted the part of Route 27 between milepost 26.9 to milepost 25.6 southbound. We had 2 cleaning drives, one in July and one in October, and the next one scheduled this Sunday on 17th December. During October and early November, we conducted Seva Diwali food drive with participation from 20 schools in Woodbridge Township. The Seva Diwali project was started in New Jersey in 2018, and nationally it is coordinated by HSS. In recent years, Seva Diwali has come to symbolize the Hindu-American community's collective strength and synergy in providing valuable service to their local communities. We have been expanding nationally year over year. In 2022, the campaign ran in 200 plus cities across 32 states and collected around 630,000 pounds of food items, which were donated to 200 food pantries across 32 states. At Woodbridge, HSS organized its 6th annual Seva Diwali food collection drive from October 16th to November 17th. This year, we had an amazing partnership with 20 schools in Woodbridge Township. In addition, our volunteers set up food collection centers in their homes and ran neighborhood campaigns. Many of our volunteers are school students, and they have collected food by standing in front of grocery stores on Oak Tree Road and doing a door-to-door campaign to spread the word about the food drive. Throughout the drive, students, principals, teaching staff, and parents responded very positively. A total of 14,000 pounds of food were collected and handed over to Mr. Peter Barcelona from We Feed Woodbridge at the concluding event on December 2nd, held at Indiana Avenue School number 18 parking lot. The concluding event was presided over by Mayor Mr. John McCormack and attended by council members Mr. Greg Ficara, Mr. Viru Patel, Ms. Sharon McAuliffe, and police officer Mr. Harris and other community leaders. In addition, HSS also donated 8,600 pounds of food items to Middlesex County College Pantry. This was indeed a fantastic year for our joint collaboration, and we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to all our volunteers, partnering organizations, and Woodbridge Township officials for their unwavering support. The Woodbridge community has always responded amazingly to all our community service programs, and I once again thank you all for your support and encouragement of HSS by giving us the opportunity to make the Woodbridge community more inclusive. Thank you. I wish you all the happy holidays.
Thank you very much, and we certainly had the opportunity, yes. Many of us have had the opportunity to see the good work of your organization and the people, and a couple of weeks ago when the young people were there was very special, so thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you.
Are there any other comments from the public this evening? Here are no other comments. Can I get a motion that the public comment portion be closed?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We'll go into the agenda.
All right, I'm going to kick things off. First of all, I'd like to just wish everybody, I know we passed through the Diwali season, but Diwali, and we're in Hanukkah right now, and Kwanzaa's on the way, and Christmas, and all of those celebrations are celebrations of love and being together with family. So I'd like to wish happy holidays to everybody, whatever you celebrate. If you're looking for a gift and you haven't got one, I got one for you. Councilwoman Debbie Meehan right over there is the author of a wonderful book. It's called Thoughts from the Bench of Life, and I'm halfway through. It's very easy reading. Congratulations, Councilwoman. And that's all I have on my agenda. So, oh, by the way, thank you all. It's been a great year of being council president. My term is over. I don't know if I want to say thank God or not, but really, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just changing seats. I'll be sitting down by Councilman Bauer. So, thank you to the council for your cooperation.
And you're giving away your youth book as a gift?
A what?
You're giving away your youth book as a gift?
No, I'm not done yet. I'm not giving it. Well, you should know. You read all my books, but okay. All right. Moving over, Council Vice President Anderson.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is basically in order, but I do want to encourage anyone at this time of the year, especially in the season of giving, we want to make sure that those that are unemployed have a place to work, and if they're looking for work, we want them to start, and they're from the Woodbridge Township area, please start with our Township Employment Center. We do have some new listings on here under the New Jersey Defense Manufacturing Community Consortium. They're offering training and opportunities to veterans and their families for manufacturing careers. And also, Woodbridge Township School District is seeking substitute teachers. If you click on there, it'll give you the steps to go through. ESS is the site that will help you get employed here in Woodbridge Township, but there are other districts that you can seek employment. And there was also some recent laws that were signed to make things easier for those that are seeking employment in the educational field, so I encourage you to look into that. New Jersey Transit and Middlesex College are also listed on here, as is BASF. So please go to the Employment Opportunity Center on our township website if you are seeking work or if you know someone that is looking for work. I want to thank the Girl Scouts. You girls were so well behaved today. While you were here watching, we didn't hear a peep out of them. And, while there's always movement and activity, it's great to see you there with your vest and your badges, and that today you can go back to school tomorrow and say that you learned something about your civics in school, and you attended a council meeting. So hopefully you'll get a badge for your attendance here, and you guys can discuss it and talk about how the public, our council president, listens to people as they come to the microphone, as they express either their happiness or their dissatisfaction with things that we're doing, but that's how government works. So thank you for being here tonight. We encourage you to come back and hopefully get another badge down the road. And I want to congratulate Councilwoman Meehan on her book. I've also purchased a copy. She promised to sign one for me. So I'm really looking forward to taking some time over the holidays and reading that. And it's, from everything that I've read about it, it's a very positive outlook on life and things that we probably walk past every day and that we don't pay attention to. So I encourage you to get a copy. I got my copy at Colonia Pharmacy. So there are a number of local stores in this area that, and if you can't tell, we're pushing this book a little bit because it's our friend. She writes so well. She also writes the Colonia Corner, or the Corner newspaper, as it's called now, and it captures all of the activities. A lot of our Girl Scouts are in it, a lot of our current events. So I just want to congratulate you on a career that has brought a lot to so many in our community. And Council President, I do want to acknowledge your service as a distinguished leader. The one thing that I always look forward to when you lead our council meetings is you listen very intently to our public, and when they come up, you're always well informed. You stay informed regarding the issues that are in the public, and you're out as busy as you are. You're out every weekend. You take advantage of the fact that you can be out with, the fact your children are grown, but you're doing things more with your grandchildren. I remember a few years ago when you were out here dressed as Superman and you're for Halloween with your grandchildren. I couldn't think of a better leader that we have on the council. You've done a fantastic job, and I want to congratulate you for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Here's the gavel.
Councilman Bauer. Thank you,
Thanks,
Councilman.
Council President. My agenda's in order. Just a quick few announcements. We're having many Toy for Tot drives throughout the township through this weekend, so please donate a new or unwrapped toy. You can go to the mayor's Facebook page or any of our Facebook pages for drop-off sites. And Casey's Fire on Saturday, December 16th, have their special guests be escorting Santa to Caseby, starting at 1 p.m. Listen for the sirens. And District 7 Forts will be escorting Santa on Sunday, December 17th, starting at 11 a.m. Listen for the sirens. Council President, thank you for your leadership this year. As a senior member of our council, for your knowledge, wisdom, and your dedication to this community is unheard of. It's a job well done, and I'd like to wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. That's all I got.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman De Jesus.
Thank you, Council President. First of all, I would like to take this moment to thank the PBA number 38. I would like to thank Peter Barcelona, Debbie Meehan, and all of my councilmates, and all of our first responders, because during this time is when they truly shine, making dreams happen for families and for children that are in need. So I know that I've called Debbie plenty of times this year, and her and Peter have been exceptional in helping when there is a need. So I just want to thank our police officers, because this weekend they are doing something special with children, and I think that I know that they are going to make a lot of children very happy. And it's the work that they do that no one knows about that make them unsung heroes. And I'm truly appreciative and truly grateful for all the work that they do in our community. So when you are with your families during this holiday season, please say a prayers for our first responders, because it's not only our police department, but also our firemen and women and our EMT. I really appreciate the work that you do, and you especially shine during this time. I want to thank our council president. I echo what Kyle and Howie said, but especially what stands out for me is the kindness and the respect that you show to everyone that comes to the mic. And, that to me is exemplary of a true leader. So thank you for your leadership. Thank you to the Girl Scouts for coming out and sitting beautifully and listening and, reading books and eating your snacks. I truly appreciate how attentive you were. So congratulations. And I hope that one day, hopefully one of these young ladies are sitting up here and being leaders in our community. Feliz Navidad and happy holidays to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. I think the Girl Scouts should get a T-shirt that says, I survived council. Councilman Spiller.
A special patch to be made.
Oh.
Thank you, Council President. Councilman Small, he's feeling a little under the weather. He asked me he wanted to thank everyone involved for participating in the light parade. Mr. Mitch and the judges, Dan Harris, Pam Kaminsky, and Larry Caggiano on his behalf. As we know, it was fantastic, great showing, so thank you to everyone involved on that. So, Councilman Ficarra, I just want to thank you. It's been a pleasure to work alongside with you for the last several years, and then this year as our council president. As everyone had stated, you're fair, you're kind, you listen to everyone on both sides, and not only, like I said, it's been a pleasure to work with you past years this year and the years moving forward. Speaking of, several of my councilmates talked about giving. It is that time of year. As I said, around Thanksgiving, it should be every day. A lot of us are fortunate. There are less fortunate. So whatever you might be able to give back to the community and local organizations, that'd be great. St. Anthony's of Padua Church, Port Reading Avenue, they're having their annual Christmas Friendship Dinner on Christmas. That is from 1 to 3, Monday, December 25th. All are welcome, families, couple singles, to share dinner with all the trimmings and large portion of friendship. There's no charge for the dinner. All are welcome, however, please, so they can have a head count for food purposes. Please call by Monday, December 18th to the rectory. You can call St. Anthony's Church at 732-634, I forgot my glasses, 634-1419, and just leave a message. And local transportation, including Stowe on Christmas, will be available. Moving into that, whatever you celebrate it well. Be with your family. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. I wish everybody a happy holiday season and happy and a safe New Year. The next time we meet will be 2024. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Spiller. Councilwoman Meehan.
Thank you, Council President. I just want to thank everyone, thank you for the kind words about my book. I really appreciate that. Just thank you to everybody that has given a toy or something, some kind of food, anything you've given, a gift card this year. We're going to be taking care of a lot of children this weekend with the help of the billiards. The Woodbridge Senior Billiards are just amazing, amazing folks up there, and they've been working real hard. Their little Santa Claus place up there, that they're elves, they're just working so hard for, there's a lot of families around here that need help, and we don't always see it. So just thank you for everybody that helps each other and everybody on this dais. You know, Elizabeth, you pointed out a few people, but every single one of us, Howie, has been collecting gift cards, and just we've all worked together as a team. That's what we do up here. We try to help our community, and at Christmas time, we really work hard for it. So, but thank you to the community too for helping. And Council President, thank you as always. You're always kind to people. You always listen to them with patience and grace, and you've been a great support system to us and a great leader to us this year. And we wish you well on that side of the dais this year. And just happy holidays to everybody, safe and healthy. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Patel?
Yeah, thank you, Council President. My agenda is also in order, but I would like to have a few announcements. First of all, I would like to thank the team members of HSS. They are here and they briefed about their activities. So thank you, Dheeraj. I also would like to thank the principal, the school counselors, students, and parents at Indiana Avenue School number 18 in Eastfield. They have teamed up with the Second Chance Toys to collect toys for those children who would otherwise not receive any toys for the holiday. And they have received overwhelming amount of donation for this holiday season. So we thank them all. The Oakley Senior Center in Iselin invites township seniors to a gingerbread house party luncheon, which will take place on December 29, 2023 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can RSVP to the seniors director, Ms. Omika Patel, at 732-259-2008 by December 27th. Luncheon tickets can be purchased via a check payable to the Township of Woodbridge. I would like to thank you for your, services. You were really great, very, inspiring, also helping. So thank you, and wishing you all a Merry Christmas, happy, healthy, and very prosperous New Year to you. Thank you. That's all for tonight.
Thank you, Councilman Patel. You better like me because I'm going to be sitting right next to you. Councilwoman McAuliffe?
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. I would like to start by wishing all the residents of Woodbridge Township a happy holiday season and a peaceful and prosperous new year. I'd like to thank Marley and Lisa for bringing the Girl Scouts Troop 83590 to tonight's council meeting. This is a wonderful mix of daisies, brownies, and juniors spanning grades 1 through 4 from various schools in Woodbridge Township and Carteret. Troop 83590 is a dynamic group actively engaging in numerous community services and have participated in planting flowers at the Covert Rock, contributing to the memorial benches and from the 1979 drowning victims, and crafting recycling posters for local schools. Tonight's attendance is particularly significant as it contributes towards the pursuit of the Democracy Badge. We applaud their commendable efforts and encourage them to keep up the good work as we eagerly anticipate the kickoff of the Girl Scout cookie sales starting 1 month from now on January 12th, 2024. We extend our best wishes for a successful selling program. Thank you to Troop 83590 for your dedication and positive impact on the community. I'd just like to thank Council President for your guidance through the year and your support. You've been a mentor to me as a council member, and I appreciate everything you've done for the council and for myself throughout the year. And I wish to wish all of my fellow councilmates, administration, and town employees happy holidays and a wonderful new year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Mitch?
Thank you, Mr. President.
You got brownie points. Good one, right?
My agenda is in
Put them
order.
done.
Happy holidays to everybody, and Mr. President, thank you for a great year of working with you. but we still have 19 more days together, so not gonna get.
All right, thank you. Moving into administration, Mr. Mayor, anything?
Yes, excuse me, happy holidays to everybody in the audience, everybody in Woodbridge Township. We're the best town around because of all of the people in this room. I want to especially congratulate you on your year. It's your second year as council president, and I really enjoyed working with you. As you know, I go back with you before even being involved in government. That's how long we've known each other. Our dads were friends, we're friends, and you just are a terrific public servant. I'm sorry to see you leave as a council president, but I'm sure glad you're staying on as the town councilman. So congratulations on a terrific year.
Thank you very much. Director Simbaluka, you got anything?
Thank you, Council President. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you, elder statesman on the council, and we appreciate your stewardship. With that, Merry Christmas to everyone, especially, and Happy Hanukkah and Happy Kwanzaa to all of our employees. I just want to let our appreciation from the administration of everything they do every day for the citizens of Woodbridge, so we appreciate them. With that, I have a few items under the mayor's agenda. I have appointments. Under my agenda, I have tax and sewer overpayments and tax appeals. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Director Hubner, anything?
Council President, I have a number of task orders. Thank you.
Thank you. Director Gardner?
Nothing this evening. Thank you, Council President.
Director Brew?
Thank you, Council President. I have a surety bond release for 110 Essex Avenue in Avenel, and an amendment to the solid waste ordinance. Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Director. Mr. Nolan, anything from legal?
What I had on the agenda was carried, so that's all.
All right, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Not before I do my holiday wish. I didn't do that on mine, so I just want to wish everyone a happy holiday season and a happy new year. Motion to adjourn.
Second. All right, thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming. Happy holidays.